Hello and welcome to this week's midweek reflection. A couple of verses from Isaiah 43. Fear not, for I have redeemed you. I have called you by name. You are mine. When you pass through the waters, I will be with you. We're very aware of our fragility at the moment, a fragility seen in the pressures on NHS workers in our hospitals from the number of COVID patients being admitted, but also in the day-to-day experiences that many of us face in these uncertain times of a lockdown. Fragility coming from health concerns, economic challenges, and the impact upon our mental health and well-being. We all long to get out more and to be with those we love. Many of us are fascinated by our families before us, and through researching our family history may uncover all sorts of surprises about our family's past, some of which may move us deeply. Two TV programmes that proved very popular in the first lockdown last year were Who Do You Think You Are? And The Repair Shop. In the first, well-known people traced their family trees. They travelled to different places to follow in their ancestors' footsteps. Family secrets and forgotten stories are revealed, sometimes confirming what the celebrity knew, but often disrupting expectations as acts of courage, compassion, loss and heartbreak are revealed. The Repair Shop includes similar stories. The details of lives of loved ones are remembered and shared by family members, bringing treasured items, from jukeboxes and clocks to teddy bears and toy cars, to the team for repair. Our families who have gone before us form part of who we are. In these programmes, perhaps, we see and feel the humanity of the participants, and our own humanity in love and loss is reflected back to us. So who has gone before us in the family of God? At OBC during November and into the early weeks of Advent, we were thinking about the big story of God, the stories of faith of the men and women listed in Hebrews 11. And we saw some of them again in the genealogy of Jesus declared in Matthew 1, as we remembered the story of Jesus' birth. The forebears of Jesus were deeply human. None was perfect. In fact, some made some disastrous decisions. Yet they form part of the Christian story and the great family of God, and each one is named and carefully recorded. The history of the Christian church that Jesus announced is filled with the continuing story of the lives of individuals and church communities sharing the good news of Jesus and testifying to God's love and grace. Songs of Praise recently featured Bonnie Downs Baptist Church in East London. If you didn't see it, it's on iPlayer, entitled Faith in Action. Sally Mann, the minister of the church, and her mum shared some of that church's history. How 120 years ago Charles Howe was stirred by God to travel to Bonnie Downs, an area of London known at the time as notoriously dangerous and deprived. Pastor Howe felt God call him to come and love in really practical ways the people of the area, and to share the good news. One of those helped then was Sally's great-grandmother. An amazing story. Sally is the minister of a church where her great-grandmother was helped. Her grandmother came to faith as a teenager, and then her mum came to faith, and now Sally's daughter and granddaughter. In many ways, the church continues what Pastor Howe did, to put God's love in action and showing that love in really practical ways. In the programme, we joined members of the church in their weekly walking church, started in the pandemic. Walking along the perimeter of the field, Along the way, the congregation stopped to read and reflect on the prayers that are written on the signs attached to trees. The different prayer stations take you on a journey, tuning in to what God is doing and to know that even in really difficult times, God is with us. The You Are Loved tree reminds everyone that at the heart of the gospel is God's love for us. As we see in the beginning of the book of Revelation, among the messages that God speaks to the churches through John is the assurance that God knows us, loves us. He knows our struggles, walks closely to us, and speaks to us. We might not do walking church in the same way as Bonnie Downs, but we do walk together at OBC. We share our stories as we meet, online and face-to-face occasionally. And we know we are loved, however fragile we feel. A prayer to close. Our God, we are part of that great crowd of people learning what it means to abide in your love. We thank you we are not alone in our journey, but from the beginning of human experience, right through Scripture, right through the stories of faithful people, you have invited us to travel with you in this journey of salvation. We offer you our journey and pray that while you lead us to where we need to go, you'll help us to be fully present today to your Spirit, ever beckoning, ever calling, and ever inviting to life in all its fullness. And we offer to you the faith journey of those we know, praying for them your peace and hope, and an ever deepening awareness of your love and life. In Jesus' name, amen.